Welcome to my very first video. This is Carol Payne with Carol Payne Stamps, and I'm going to show you a really simple way to make a card with washi tape. I'm really excited about washi tape. We have 4 different kinds of washi tape in the catalog. If you don't know what washi tape looks like this. They're little rolls of decorative masking tape, originally created by the Japanese. This is the Season of Style washi tape that we have in our holiday catalog, and there's all 3 of these in one package for $4.95. There's a lot of washi tape here, and I'm really excited. I've already made several different cards with it, but I'm going to show you one today, and let me go ahead and show you what I'm going to make before we get started. This is what we're going to make. This is a card that I did with a workshop that I had over the weekend, and we're going to use the Season of Style washi tape. We're going to use the Mosaic Punch, the Artisan Label Punch, and the Stylish Stripes embossing folder, along with the Wishing You stamp set from the holiday catalog. So let's get started. All right, first we're going to use, for our card base, we're going to have a piece of 8.5 by 11 cherry cobbler cardstock, which we've cut in half at 4 1/4. We've scored at 5 1/2. So that's going to be our card base when we fold that up. So we'll set that aside for right now, and then we're going to work with, this is a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of Whisper White. The first thing you want to do, I know there's a lot of fun things going on there, but the first thing we want to do is stamp our greeting on. If you wait until after you have embossed it, doesn't stamp very well. So we're going to ink up our Wishing You a Very Merry Christmas from the Wishing You stamp set. We are going to ink that up with the cherry cobbler, and then we're going to stamp it down here kind of in the lower right hand corner. So we've got Wishing You a Very Merry Christmas, just like, whoop, just like that. Learning as I go here, because this is the very first video I've ever made. So forgive me for my mistakes and bloopers, and if you can't hear me or if you can't see something, I'll try to get better as I go along. So the next thing that we're going to do then is we're going to apply our washi tape. Washi tape it sticks really well, but it's also very tacky. So you put this on, and if you don't like the way you put it on, you can take it back off. It's a low tack type of tape. So even though it sticks really well, if you don't want it to, you can pull it right off. So, and you just kind of tear it off. You can cut it precisely if you so choose, but I'm not for this. I'm just going to put some different pieces, and there's 3 different colors, and they each have their own design. There's this cherry cobbler that I put down with the polka dots, then there's this kind of herringbone that's crumb cake, and then we've kind of got a real pretty old olive design. So you're going to do that, and you're going to keep working on that until you get it looks like this. And this one I see in my prep, I didn't stamp my words on it. So I'm going to do that real quick, and maybe I'll go back and fix that if I can figure out how to edit videos. So we're going to do that. Would like that to have been straighter, but oh well. Now, the next thing we're going to do is, this is important because you want your tape on here and you want your greeting stamped on before it goes through the Big Shot. So that's the next thing that we're going to do. It's going to go here into the Big Shot, and we're just going to use tab 1. And we always make a sandwich with our, when we do any type of thing with the Big Shot, we always have a bottom plate, and then we have a top plate. And you can choose with this one whichever way you want your stripes to go, but I want my stripes, these little bitty stripes, to stick up onto the front of my card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that they are the part that's popping up, and they will fit into these negative grooves that are on the other side. So I'm going to put this here, and if you'll notice, I can see the Stampin' Up logo and the Sizzix logo, and they're backwards, so I know that I've got it the way that I want it on here. And so then we're going to put a top plate on, and then we're going to crank it through the Big Shot, which I'm sure most of you have seen before, so it's no big deal. But cranking that through, and then when we get it done, let me move this out of the way. taping this in my bathroom in case somebody's wondering where I'm at and what I'm doing, because obviously I don't have a lot of room in my house for a constant setup for making videos. But that's what I'm doing today. I'm in my bathroom. I've got lots of good lights and a white countertop. So this is what we've got. We've got the stylish stripes now. We've got it all embossed, and there we go. So the next thing we're going to do is put this on our cherry cobbler base. Now, the thing about this is, and I can't seem to find what I've done now with, there they are, my Stampin' Dimensionals. I put a Stampin' Dimensional. Whenever I do something that's been embossed with the Big Shot, it doesn't hold adhesive very well. So I usually try to put a few extra, well, snail adhesive doesn't work at all. So we're just going to take and put, and I should have prepared this beforehand, shouldn't I? But I didn't, so I'm learning as I go once again, because this is like watching paint dry to see me take things off, the backs off of dimensionals. But we're going to put that on just like that. Makes a nice mat. We've got this. Okay, now to show you how, things crashed on the floor. I bet you could hear that really well. We're going to use the Mosaic Punch, which is a new punch in the big catalog. And first thing you're going to do is, because we want to make these little ornaments for the front of our card. So you're going to punch first with the Mosaic, punch once, and then we'll take the Artisan label and it goes around it. Now it just barely, if you can see here, I'm trying to see, there's just barely enough space that you can have a little bit of space here and a little bit of space at the top, but you want to kind of even that out from side to side and top to bottom with your Mosaic inside your Artisan, and then you punch that out, and that gives you your fun little label. Now there's going to be another one of these because we're going to use two, so I'm just going to punch another one out of some of my scrap old olive, and I always have lots of scraps because I stamp a lot. But I try to save them till they get to a certain size and then they go into the trash can. So I've got two of these, and the next thing that I'm going to do is what I've done is I've taken the edge of my Stampin' Dimensionals and I've taken my snips or other scissors and whatever ones you have, and I've snipped these little pieces because we don't need a full dimensional. These are too skinny. The edges are too skinny. So I'm just going to put little pieces on here, like this, one in each corner, because there's no central place to put them, so you really need one on each corner. And I don't know if you can see that or not, because I was being silly and getting off the edge here. But here we go. We've got all our backs off, and then we just put this on, stick it on like that. And then we have Cherry Cobbler Baker's Twine. I love Baker's Twine because you get so much of it. There's 25 yards approximately in every package. So that gives you a whole lot to use. And you don't have to worry if it takes you, if you have to cut some off after you tie something. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run this underneath. And then I'm going to tie it in a little bow. Now, you don't have to tie a bow, you can just tie a knot if you want it to be like that, but I'm going to try to tie it in a bow. I'm very ambitious today. And so you tie it in your little bow, and I don't think it's going to cooperate with me very well. But anyway, you kind of get the idea. You tie your bow or your knot, and you're going to trim off the ends afterwards. And so then when we're done, it looks kind of like that. And then to finish it off, and I'm not going to do the other one because it's just exactly like the first one, we're going to take some of our Basic Jewels rhinestones. Now these come in a sheet and they're self-adhesive on the back. So the thing that I like to do in order to, because if you try to pick these off with your fingers, you're going to leave the adhesive on the paper because the adhesive wants to stay. So what you have to do is take something sharp, and I like to take a paper piercing tool, and I get underneath the adhesive and everything of the the rhinestone or the pearl, or now we have candy dots. And so then I'm going to put that on here. See where I put that? Isn't that cute? Just a little bit of bling. And then whenever I'm done, then we'll have both of them on there, just like that. Now the inside's pretty basic, but it's got some washi tape on it too. We've got a strip here, and I was able to stamp my words, the rest of the greeting on the inside above the washi tape strip. And then this set also has a nice present stack and a single little present. So I took my Stampin' Up markers in Cherry Cobbler and Old Olive, and I inked everything up, and then I stamped it down here in the corner and did the same thing with this cute little bitty tiny one. I'm excited. I need to make a birthday card with this too, because it's just so cute, and that way I can use this stamp set even after Christmas is over, or even with birthdays that are upcoming for Christmas. So well, that is all for today, and I hope you've enjoyed my very first video of what to washi with Season of Style designer washi tape. And if you see anything here you like, or you would like to place an order, you can always go to my Stampin' Up website, which is www.carolpayne.stampinup.net, or you can visit my blog, which is www.carolpaynestamps.com. Hope to see you again soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.